it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm here sharing a new layout using the July hip kits. And what I have here is just a series of photos taken when we were out for dinner for my birthday. So the kitties are sitting on my knee, or my son's actually in a high chair when we were doing the cake. And what I really love is the joy on their faces at moments like this when we celebrate. So I wanted to document these photos. And what I've also done is I've got the floral elements, and this I think was actually part of the Happily Ever After cut file from Ashley, and I just simply use my eraser tool in the software to delete out the title part, just so I had the floral elements. So I've got two of those sort of what I'm going to use as photo corners. And then these are also the floral head that has the stem and the leaves, and I've just deleted out the stem and leaves just to have the floral head. And this is just one of the title pieces. So my thought is to create a bit of a diagonal design here. I like the white on white of the cut files, but I want them to pop a little bit more by, I thought I might fussy cut out some of these floral pieces. And then what I've also grabbed together is some of the papers, which I thought, worked really, really beautifully with the so either side would work with this floral print. I've also grabbed a piece of vellum out, and in terms of embellishing, I really, really love that Oh What Fun, here it is here, little tag, and I thought that I would be able to say, layer that maybe in the middle there and have that as part of my title, as well as some of the other bits and pieces. And I've also grabbed the puppy stickers, and of course there's heaps of other bits and pieces in the kit, but they're the things that I have gravitated towards first, and they're my thoughts with my design. Of course, naturally, my layout designs don't always end up as I intend them, but I'm just going to go with the flow and see where these thoughts take me. So I'll speed this into quicker time and get creating.
Okay, so I started by cutting two sort of diagonal triangular sort of shapes sort of to form photo corners, but one was quite chunky. And at this stage I kept the majority of my layout to that left sort of side, and I kept the chunkier part of this triangle to the right side. So I'm just using my T-square ruler, and I wanted the paper to be on the same angle as the first triangular piece that I created. So what I did was sort of butted the smaller triangle against the sort of edge of the remaining piece of paper, just to get that same angle line on that larger piece. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it did. Now what I'm going to work on is just a bit of a photo mat. So I'm using the reverse side of that paper, which is this really cute sort of diamond black and white design. And I just like the contrast that brings. So my idea with this layout was basically to bring some pops of colour with some black and white through the die cuts and ephemera that I've chosen. So I really love that Oh What Fun banner die cut, and I wanted to incorporate that. And then what I'm doing now is this exclusive paper I'm just loving the exclusives this month, and pretty much this whole page is all exclusive kit items from the July kits. So I thought that was pretty cool to be able to create a page using everything exclusive. So what I did was I fussy cut out, and I've cut that out so that I didn't bore you through it, but I've fussy cut out the florals from that exclusive paper, and I just did that. I've bought a small pair. I used to have a pair of these scissors, and then I misplaced them, so I bought myself a new one. They're just the Cutter Bee scissors, and they're just a really small fine tip scissor, and they're good for that sort of precision cutting. So I fussy cut out those floral pieces from the exclusive paper by Kim Watson, and now what I'm doing is just adding a small layer of vellum, so a small strip to the edge of both of those sort of triangular or page corner pieces, and I'm going to adhere those to the bottom left and top right corners of the page. Now, looking at my layout now, I think I might prefer the design how I've got it, but what I end up doing, and I don't know what possessed me or why I did it, but I actually flipped the page around so the chunkier piece is in the bottom left corner and that smaller corner piece is in the top right. So I completely flipped the design, and I am happy with the outcome, but looking at it now, as I'm watching this back and doing the voiceover, I think I maybe prefer it this way. But anyway, nothing I can do about it now. So as you can see there, I've flipped the page and I keep flicking back and forth and I can't decide which way, and I end up deciding on that chunkier corner to the bottom left. Anyway, so I'm building on my embellishing now, and what I decided to do was to sort of keep the white die cuts, add the pops of the fussy cut flowers from the paper, and sort of go along that diagonal line and design that I've already created there. So I've also got the today die cut, and I've covered the middle with that Oh What Fun. And now, as you can see, I'm going through the ephemera, and that was an exclusive ephemera pack. As I said, everything is the exclusives on this page, and I'm just going through and sort of sifting and seeing what might work on this layout. So I've added a couple of arrows. One is going from the top of the page and down that diagonal area on the pattern paper, and that's to just bring your eyes down. So I'm using the arrows as a directional tool on this page, and the other one is pointing towards the title. So they're placed in a way that I'm hoping that your eyes will be drawn to certain parts and areas of the layout. To adhere everything down, I'm just using my quick dry adhesive in the fine line bottle, and I really love this applicator just for applying those sort of thin or intricate bits and pieces that you might have on a layout. The glue is sort of that strong holding that you only need to really apply quite a small amount, and it will adhere really well. So I'm sort of swapping between some dimensional tape, like a foam dot, as you can see to the left there, and just using that liquid adhesive with the bits and pieces that I'm adhering down, and I'm sort of clustering and grouping as I'm going. So I'm incorporating a mixture of the sort of the white die cut files that I've got, and then as well as the fussy cut flowers, and then the bits and pieces of the ephemera that I've selected out as well. So they're sort of clustered and grouped and layered together as I'm adhering everything down. With that today piece, I wanted it to sort of look like it was popping off the page a little bit, so I have really mainly applied the glue to that middle area so that then I can fold up the edges and have it looking a little bit dimensional. The Oh What Fun die cut banner I've applied with some foam adhesive, and I really like that pops out of the page a bit more, and being black and white and that contrast, it sort of serves as popping out from the page anyway. So I also, on that die cut floral paper, fussy cut out some of the quite small flowers, and that was just to serve a bit like, I guess, a smaller embellishment like an enamel dot. And then what I also will do shortly is I'll pull out the puffy stickers, and what the puffy stickers, which are exclusives, as I've mentioned already, sorry I'm repeating myself, they have these cute little sort of puffy circles and crosses which I'm adding to the page now, and I just really love them, and I could have done with a whole sheet just of the circles and the crosses. They're just so adorable. I also added a little noted arrow to the top left of that group of photos, and I've typed my journaling on my typewriter, and I'm simply cutting that into strip forms so that I can add that to that circular journal spot to the right of my photo and under my title. And I'll just adhere that with the liquid adhesive, and that pretty much wraps up this layout. Thank you so much for watching, and to everyone that's been leaving me comments or questions or anything like that on my videos, I really appreciate it, and I'm hoping to be back in a bit of a normal scrappy mode very shortly. Thanks everyone. Bye.